Welcome back, all my 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ here with Tim's Nation to bring a fun video for my cronies. So with the points and everything that we've seen, I know a lot of people have had Szeras on their mind. Szeras and warrior builds might be back in full force, and it's something I've been working on back and forth here and there on the channel a little bit, and out of the channel as well. And this is where I've gotten to with my research and what I've been kind of working on. And I want to share this so that we can talk. This is kind of like I'm bringing my science findings or whatever you want to call it, my research, and just putting my research out there on the internet as people would do with a research paper, I guess, to get analyzed, talk about, and start to kind of decide this, because I think there is a really, really, really big strength around Szeras and the Necron Warriors that right now is the best time to play it. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. Turn on the bell for notification, get notified on all the content we bring you here on the channel. And let's jump over into the table and what this all looks like. All right, so here's my artwork brought to life, or as I prefer to call it, my research project. I've been working on the Masked Warrior build for a while, and here's where I've gotten. Let's talk about this a bit. So for this build, this is 955 points right now. You have a Luminar Szeras, two 20-man warrior squads, both up here and here. Then you have three 10-man warrior squads over here, and right over here, giving us a grand total of 70 warriors in this build. Now, I do not have some of the no lords, no extra bits. This is just this chunk that costs 955 points. I would strongly consider with this at least taking lords in the two squads and a techno in the two squads, and we'll come back on that in a little bit. And I think that's kind of the next step of this is lord, techno. Anyways, so what we're doing with this, I chose the search and destroy deployment because of the fact that 3 of the missions that we can play look very, very similar in this aspect. And what it is with those 3 is that they all have, they all put you in a corner where you have your home field objective in the corner. From that point, though, you end up fighting over 3 pieces of terrain, 3 objective markers that are usually in the middle. So we have the objective marker right over there. That one is the most important to us. It is the closest objective marker. In measurements and all out, everything for the game, this is the closest point that we can get to for the fastest, and it is also the furthest for our opponent in a similar deployment fashion. Now, with some of the corner deployments, it can put them into a position where they can get closer to you. Oops, sorry about that. It can put you in a position where they can get closer to you right on that angle, but that's also putting them out really, really into the open, where it's going to be a lot easier for us to shoot them down. And it's not the safest point, as is our area over here, which makes things like engage on all fronts, but behind enemy lines, difficult to do. And that's what comes into some of the stuff within our builds and some of the tools that we can put in there. For this, we're focused on getting this objective marker over here, this objective marker in the center, holding our home objective marker, and with this build, being able to set up with a strong secondary game. So right off rip, you can notice that I have a bunch of these 9-inch templates right down here. These all show this is the no-fly zone that we are giving with this 10-man squad of warriors that's on this objective. Now, what is going to hit that 10-man squad of warriors? Nothing deep striking in is going to hit them. The only thing that would hit them would be artillery. And unless they're dedicating an entire army of artillery, especially with the change in Desolation Marines, Whirlwinds, and other forms of artillery, this unit's probably not going to get destroyed. And being able to reanimate D3+3 right there, with or without a reanimator, they're just going to come right back up. Now, we then have these 2 10-man squads over on the sides, over here and over here. And they're near these pipelines. Now, with some of the new GW terrain formats, there's different pieces of terrain that we'll have over in this area that these 2 10-man units can take advantage of. Their job is simple. They are the action monkeys. They are the unit that marches across the field, this one specifically, can advance over into this territory over here, be able to be a unit that can get onto this objective marker, our critical objective marker, the one that we are very, very focused on for most missions for our primaries. They can get onto that objective marker later in the game to allow a stronger unit like our 20-man warrior brick to start making a press across the field to our opponent's deployment zone, or once again, bringing us into our second target, the objective marker in the middle. So, and while doing so, being able to set up for things like deploy teleport homers and some of the other secondaries that involve us grabbing objective markers in no man's land. These ones over here end up kind of being our sacrificial lamb. Their job is going to be to walk across the table this way. And what we're going to do is we're going to hope that even though this is probably going to be the objective marker our opponent wants the most and that they're going to try and take and hold, they're going to do something similar to what we're doing. Get a weak unit on that objective. And most of the weak units that can get on that objective quick will have a difficult time with clearing the Necron warriors. I'm not saying the warriors are going to beat them or kill them, but if we can get this unit to take that objective marker over there and get on that marker, we're going to reanimate very, very well. Now, let's all go over into this big blob in the middle. It's simple. Move, go, take center. With the units, one thing we want to do is we want Szeras to try and kill something, a unit, a model, to get his aura boosted up. Now, Szeras has a very, very, very large base. So this is also taken in consideration with that 6-inch aura. Because that 6-inch aura covers quite a lot of range. And he just doesn't die. So it's safe to send him up there. His profile, his attacks, his damage are actually really good. And he can really help get these warriors out of a bad situation. On top of it, he is going to be giving both squads +1 AP, as well as reduce AP that's done damage down to them by 1. Now, some of the things I put out here just to show, for example, I have these 2 templates over here. These are 6-inch templates. So from the front of the squad base, we're looking at getting over there that close to that objective. From this point and all measured out, we are I think it's about 5 inches away. If I'm slightly wrong, I apologize. 5-6 inches away, depending on your setup. That's really, really, really close. And I'm sure if I do the math on it, but anyways, so that we are able to get over there with that unit and support that. So if our opponent makes a hard press onto objective marker 4, then we can make a stronger press into it ourselves with a unit that just doesn't want to die, with the Lord, Technomancer, etc., and guarantee that we take that, so our opponent can't take this away. This is also a good unit to put the veil on for that reason, so that after we bluff or bait and send our fit 20-man into there, sending Szeras over here into the middle, letting him be an infantry and go through our invisible wall and go up into here or go over into here. And by going over there, he's able to now support this unit going on to objective marker 4, while still supporting this unit going into the center objective. And be as it may, where this unit starts off being 9 inches away from center, after it makes a 6-inch move, they're going to be 3 inches away from the center of the board, plus the objective marker is a 32-millimeter base, so we're on the objective. We're 3 inches away. We get it. We get that center objective in search and destroy right there. An advance roll, get a little bit closer, cool. This unit moves up. Szeras is still there to protect. They're able to move there to protect. We use our best judgment depending on what army we're playing, if they can even clear and take us out of center. Plus, this is 955 points. What do you want to hit with from there? There's a lot of things. Lich Guard can move in the center and take that role. You could have different guns, Doomsday Arcs, Doomstalkers, etc., that are going to be able to take up points and focus fire into the center to remove those threats or find lanes. This lane here, this piece of terrain is not there. This whole firing lane that we have over here, you can hide behind a rune, come out, and cover. Same over here. You have this whole rune to hide here. You can come out and cover. The only place where you really can't dedicate and cover on fire without having to really, really do some work is the center. So we need to bog down center. And warriors are objective control too. Once we get done here with the big unit, whether we just wheel around the outside and tease that we're going to hit there, whether we actually have to go there and bog it down, once we get done with that objective, we can bail that unit. We can walk them back into the middle. That's first. We can veil them and pick them up and put them over here, over towards the other objectives, and bring them in to try and cover the field. Or we can put them into center if need be. That veil lets us get that unit back moving and play off the bog down. I really feel like this is a strong direction for this build. I feel like 955 points for this will give us a lot of coverage and a lot of tech. And because of what Szeras can do and with warriors and stuff like that, we have basis. This has open lanes of change. If our opponent does strike over here really, really hard, these warriors can start moving back. They get hit hard. These warriors get hit hard and are reduced down to a couple of guys. Maybe we play the reanimation game and we bring them back a little bit. And that's something else you can do as well too, is string a couple back. So if you do get hit, boom, you're back in the runes. Either way, these guys come back and take home. These guys that are full 10-man now leave home and go up center where Szeras is. So we forfeit this flank. We don't lose the unit. We bring the unit back to take our home field. The 10-man squad helps to push center, helps to push this direction, and all the same time gains his buff, his perks. The only thing that's missing could be the Sovereign Cornell. Don't know how much it's really going to be that necessary. I mean, we don't need these warriors to be that vicious at hitting. The 10-mans don't need to be that crazy. So we might be able to get away with not having it. However, things like the Doomsday Arc, Doomstalker, and that really, really do benefit from still having the Sovereign in the list. So you might have it for that as well and be able to really just build this bulky silver tide wave. I know mine are green, but this wave to just crush across the field. So this is where I'm at with the list. And once again, this is 955 points. 20-man warrior, 20-man warrior, 2 10-man warriors, and a 10-man warrior to cover the backfield. That's how I feel where the list is right now. Oh, another thing, if your opponent has no deep strike and nothing in reserve, take this unit, you start backing it up, move up there with it. You have something else, I'm sure, a Canoptic Reanimator that's hiding behind a wall or something that could just touch the objective and take it. You know, string the guys back a little bit and start moving up there. Oh, I'm sorry there, Billy. All right, well, I hope this video was informative, and I hope this gives you some of the going into my mind for how I'm looking at Necrons moving forward. Again, this is not the list I'm going to be running just yet, mostly because if you notice, Szeras isn't painted, and I got warriors to paint. I got some green guys. I got some silver guys. I got some guys on wrong bases. So my warriors need cleaning up. Cool thing is, I got them. I just need to sit down and work on them. So hopefully this will motivate me to start working on it. But again, let's start a conversation in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think and where you guys may have changed the build up or some numbers for different reasons. No, I'm not. I don't like Ghost Arc in this build. I think Ghost Arc is a liability. I know I'm saving this for the end of this whole thing to say it. I think the Ghost Arc is a liability. I think it's too many points and it just gets eliminated too quickly. I think a Canoptic Reanimator, Resurrection Orb, and the stratagem for 1 command point to res models in a unit is plenty. I think that is plenty in my personal opinion. And I don't think we need Crypto Thralls. I think no Crypt Thralls in here saves 60 points because that's 120 points to put 2 Crypt Thralls in there. Technomancer, Lord in both units. That's what I'm thinking so far. Guys, let me know what you guys think. Sorry, I just had to clean up those opinions. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.